The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour here. And just giving you a reminder that we got the Nadex competition well underway. Check out the results. The virtual trading competition for day one posted right up here on last evening. And first place goes out to Gil right there at $12,000, almost $13,000 on his first day. So congratulations, Gil. Hold on to the lead. We'll see how it goes, man. But the top ranks on the first day are anywhere from about $1,400 up to $13,000 using a $25,000 demo account. And also we have some daily winners that were announced as well, each getting $100 prizes. We're doing 5 random drawings every single day and giving out prizes again to 5 daily winners. And there's going to be a total of 70 prizes given out to 45 people. Some people getting 2 prizes, the daily winners that is, getting 2 prizes at the same time. First place getting $3,000, second place $1,500, third place $750, fourth and fifth $500, 6th through 10th $250, 11th through 20th getting a copy of Tommy O'Brien's book, and the daily winners get $100 plus a copy of Tommy O'Brien's book, a great book, and helps you with a lot of things, Fibonacci's and things like that. But the thing I love most about it is the analysis on volume, and that has really helped me in my own trading. So it's a great prize worth a lot more than many of the other prizes on here because it can help you in your trading for the rest of your life. It's just a really, really good book. And The Art of Timing the Trade there. So if you don't win it by the end of the week, definitely make sure you check it out and get a copy of it for yourself. You can get it on Amazon. Very, very easy there. And let's check out where the markets are sitting at right now. We got the S&P is up 11 points. We have the Russell up 7.2. And we have the NASDAQ up 16 right now. NASDAQ's been oscillating a little bit. And one of the traders reminded me, hey, we got that Apple News conference coming out today. It comes out at 1 o'clock is when it's going to officially kick off. Things are already starting to roll out there. People showing up to the conference. And so they're going in and just talking about different things right now. They're already making a few different announcements and things like that. But they think it'll become a very popular operating system with iOS 7. Well, we got a Dow is up triple digits again, up 15 points now. We got oil dropping on down, but still been pretty choppy today. Right now it's down $2.50 right there, almost 2.3%. We got natural gas is down 1.2%. Corn is up $4. Soybeans is down $4. Euro dollar is up a mere 9 pips. And Aussie dollar up 75, pound dollar up 36, dollar CAD down 23. Dollar franc currently up 23 pips with the yen pairs being the place to trade along with the Aussie dollar. Got the euro yen up 95 pips, a pound yen up $1.40, and the US yen up 79 pips. Gold right now is down $23 on the day. Silver is down 3%. That's right, down 3%. And copper right now is down about 0.5% on the day. So there's been a few decent moves. You got, your metals are moving, and you got your yen pairs, Aussie dollar, everything else, moving okay. Dow being the probably the biggest mover right there, is the biggest mover on the indices at the moment. So with that, what kind of news do we got coming up this week? Well, besides Apple today, there's not a whole lot to talk about on the news side of things. It's a really, really quiet week. But let's go ahead and do just a quick rundown across the different news events that are going on. And look at this. We got, let's see, we're going to have this morning, trying to see if there's really anything, because there's really not anything major worth mentioning today. So a lot of just minor impact, medium impact news reports coming out. Nothing that big. So let's hop on over to tomorrow. We'll have climate count change and unemployment rate out of Britain at 4:30. Expect a solid 20 to 30 pip move around 4:30 this coming morning. We'll also have crude oil inventories tomorrow. Expect, of course, just complete volatility when that happens, and avoid the last half hour of the day. Usually I avoid about 30 minutes to an hour after we get that big move on oil. and it falls down, comes back up, does the right thing, gets back to where it was before it the announcement came out, and then just leave it alone because it'll just shop for the rest of the day usually. Looking on over at the New Zealand dollar, they're going to have their press conference, their rate statement and all that, their policy statement. All that's coming out 5. So if you're a New Zealand dollar trader, then that could definitely be something for you to be focusing on. And then that evening, we'll have the employment change and unemployment rate come out of Australia. Usually not really just a high impact report, but be aware of it. Should expect anywhere between 20 to 30 pips or more coming out of the Aussie dollar at 9:30 this evening. Now, let's see here. What else do we got that we might be able to look at? Draghi's going to be speaking 7:40 Thursday morning, and he'll be doing a little conference again at 7:40 on Thursday. So you'll want to be just aware of that. That could cause a 30-pip move. It could cause an 80-pip move, just depending upon what comes out of the man's mouth. And then we'll have unemployment claims coming out of the U.S. Really hasn't been a massive mover lately unless we get just a big surprising number. We should have very low expectations on what's going to come out of the unemployment claims at 8:30. And then we roll on over to Friday. Friday we're going to have core retail sales, PPI, retail sales, and core PPI. You would think that'd be just a massive move, but in reality it has not been a massive mover that much recently. And really we've only seen a move of about 40 pips or so, 30 to 40 pips when all 4 of those have come out. And then looking on over here, we also have preliminary University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report. That may be a 20 or 30 pip move. And then just put a fork in the market. It's done. Do expect some chop this week. Traders came back last week. They did a whole lot on the news. Market's just sort of blah right now. Next week, we should start picking things back up again. Okay, that's where we should start seeing the volume come back into the market. Okay, so just to get you ready for that and look at everything that's available. So right now what I want to do is I want to go on over to Nadex and use the Diagnostic Box Spread Scanner. Now if you haven't used this yet, let me show you where you get access to it over here on TFNN. So if you're over on TFNN.com, all you got to do is scroll down here. You'll see these little arrows right there. Scroll down, and one of them right there, you'll see, there we go, Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer. Click on that big logo right there. Get your 2-week trial. It's a one. If you're in the competition and you're not using this, you are behind. Hop in, register, use this. It will help you. Even if you're doing well, it'll help you do better. Why? Because it lets you find the best opportunities in seconds versus minutes. Okay? So hop on there, check it out. Let's go ahead and look at it right now ourselves. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to hop in here. We're going to look at a potential gold trade and a potential silver trade. See if anything is there that we like. If we like the trade, we take it. If we don't force it. Okay? So let's go in right now. We're going to look at gold. I'm going to scroll on down here. And we're going to also, let's hop in the binary scanner over here. And let's pull it on up. And now that we got that opened up, again, we'll pull up gold and silver on the binary scanner. And then I put $65 to $95. And then I bring it down to the next 15 minutes because they're going to be expiring here in the next 15 minutes. And then let me see any trades that meet my requirements. Right now on silver, not seeing anything that meets my requirements. That's okay. One of the cool things is there's 21 expirations a day on Nadex. Okay, and you got a very large variety of products. This allows me to analyze a lot of different markets at one time to help me find that best trade. So right now, the only thing we have as a potential setup is the gold 1363. So let me open that up. Let's look at it and see if that's going to work for us. And what I'll do is I'll also pull a chart of gold up over here on the screen, and we'll just dive into that one to start off with. And here we go. Pull that over here, and we have it all set up. Okay, so now you can use any trading system you want. You may not know. Let me show you this. This is pretty cool. You may not even know about this, but what you can see right here is inside of Nadex. If you don't have charts, okay, if you don't have futures charts, you can look at the spread charts and the binary charts, but you may not know what you should be doing is looking at the underlying charts. So we're going to go over here to underlying commodities. Then we're going to go to Nadex indicative indices. And this is basically the live calculation of the settlement price. Of course, the final settlement is determined by the results page posted on nadex.com/results.html. But right here, you can open this up and basically see is that live settlements being charted and plotted on the screen. And so you can look on here and you can do a lot of different things with the layout. There's a little cog wheel over here. You can change this from open, high, low, close to say candlesticks. Okay. And you can go over and you can change it 5 minutes, 1 minute, whatever. You can do technical analysis. So like you could add in like the Ikimoto clouds right there, and you can see, ooh, gold's really in a chop right now. So be careful if you're going to do a trade on that. It's not really trending up. It's not really trending down. It is trending sidewards. You also, maybe you like using, MACD. You could throw that on there. You get the MACD right there. It's starting to trend down a little bit on the MACD, getting that crossover. You can throw on moving averages. By the way, you can do multiple ones as well. Okay? And on the moving averages right here, one thing you may or may not have noticed, if you go over here, see where on the left side says 20, 50, 100, you can click on this and you can edit the settings. So let's say you just want, like I use an 8-period moving average. So I'll go ahead and I'll put 8 and then just click on it, and then of course I can click on it. Notice how I unchecked the 50 and 100 and I changed the 10 to an 8, and now I got the moving average that I like to look at when I trade. And so we really got a sidewards market on there, and so I have to decide, is that the trade for me when I do this trade? And if it is, well, then that's very good news. I can place that trade, I can put it on, and again, we can hop back over here. Let's go ahead and look right back in the scanner, see if our trade is still there. And it's sort of coming in, going out, because it's like basically meeting our requirements there as we go back over. And I open that up, and then I can actually place that trade directly in the Nadex platform. I can do it from the scanner, or I can do it, from the platform. So if I was to do it from the platform, say like 1363, I could go over here to show you how to find stuff. Commodities, binaries, gold, daily, okay? And then I can see there's that 1363. And so I can do it like that. I can also do a tear-off ticket. This is really important just to know how to do this. Now our scanner actually does the tear-off ticket for you automatically. It pops it right out there and makes it very, very simple. Another tip while we're in here is you can go to My Account, and under Settings, go to Preferences, and make sure to check Allow Multiple Ticket Panels, and then click Set Preferences. Once that's done, then you'll be able to easily open more than one ticket at a time, which is a feature that you're going to use often when you're trading Nadex. So again, that's under My Account, Preferences, Set Multiple Ticket Panels. And so we'll go over here, and like I said, it's coming in and out on the screen, and we'll just have to decide if that's the trade that we want to do. If it is, then we got ourselves a great trade. I'll talk about more about this trade when we get back from this break. Okay?
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
TFNN is having an open house in the Tiger's Den for 2 weeks, and the best part is that everyone is invited and you just have to be a member at TFNN. The open house in the Tiger's Den has already begun and will last through our week-long virtual trading competition, which ends September 13th. Use this time to exchange trading ideas with other traders in the virtual chat room and to discuss trading strategy. For all the information and to take part in the Tiger's Den open house, log on to TFNN.com today. McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's trading newsletter.
Patterns, profits, and peace of mind.
In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the Forex market, and more. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 full weeks. That's an $85 value. Yours free when you register right now.
Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind.
And get the edge you've been looking for.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get a red light, green light indicator that gives you signals on 25 different futures contracts? Now you can with Taz Signal Box. This red light, green light market profile system dynamically updates 24 hours a day and provides you with important trend and trade signals on 9 different commodities, 9 different indices, and 8 different currencies. Right now you can receive a 2-week free trial to Taz Signal Box. For all the details and to find out how the Signal Box works, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, we're going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So now let me explain this trade to you, what we're talking about here, and what's going on with the trade and how you would be potentially profitable on this trade. Okay? So the way this trade works is this is called a binary contract. Every binary is worth between $0 and $100. For the binary to be profitable, now you don't have to wait till expiration, but for it to be profitable at expiration, the underlying market must finish in the money. What does in the money mean? In the money means that what you said about the statement is correct. So if the statement was the gold December futures contract will be greater than 1363 at 1:30 p.m., if you're correct, then you will be profitable on the trade. Okay? And notice we didn't do this yeah, you can do them a week out, you can do them a day out, you can do them 8 hours out. We did this 5 minutes out. Okay, 5 minutes. And it wasn't where the market was currently trading. When we went and we did this trade, the market was around 1363.5, 1364. Okay? So it was already in the money because we bought it. We said true. We said gold will be greater than December 1363 at 1:30 p.m. So when we bought that trade, we bought it for around $70, $75, depending upon when you got in, maybe $80. And so you had a range right there of where you could have bought in on this contract. And that range right there, of course, will determine your profitability on the trade. And so what does that mean? Well, whenever you buy a contract on Nadex, you buy a binary contract, the ask price, the price you pay, that is going to be your risk, your maximum, by the way. Doesn't have to be your total risk, but it is definitely your maximum risk. So if I pay $70 on the trade, then my risk is $70. Okay? If I pay 80, my risk is 80. If I pay 10, my risk is 10. So how much can I make? Well, remember, every binary is worth $100 maximum value. You can do 1, you can do 100, you can do several hundred, it depends upon the contract. So if the maximum value per contract is 100 and I risk 70, then I can make $30, right? 100 minus 70 is $30. So why in the world, would somebody consider potentially doing a trade that risked 70 to make 30? Well, let me teach you a couple tricks that could help answer that question for you. All right. One of those is the fact that if you're going in and you're trading on Nadex, then one of the things you want to be looking at is the fact that you don't have to wait until expiration. Okay? You don't have to wait until expiration. You could choose to get out before expiration. Where would you get out at? Well, there's 3 prices you can actually know about a binary. It'll be worth 0 and 100. It'll be worth, I got expiration. If it's in the money, you get $100. If it's not, you're going to get 0. But if you exit before it expires, okay, and the underlying market of gold is trading at the strike, it'll be worth 50. So since I know that it'll be worth 50, if I bought for, say, $70 or $75, hey, let's just say 70 to make it simple. I bought for 70, I can make 30 if it expires above 1363. But if it gets down to 1363 and I got out of the trade at 50, then I'd lose $20. Now, there's a few dollars for bid-ask spread and all that fun stuff. But just to, keep the math simple. So I can make 30, and if I honor my stop, if I'll get out when it hits it, I could lose only $20. So why would you do this trade? Why not just do a $10 trade where you could make 90 or whatever? Well, the beautiful thing about this trade is this is a premium collection trade. You make money with time. Okay? The market doesn't have to move. It could stay flat. It could go up as high as it wants to above 1363. Or it could go down to 1363. We could get out and take a $20 hit. Or it could go as low as it wanted to, and the worst hit would be $70. Of course, you don't want that, but that's as bad as it's going to get. So, by the way, we're already profitable on this trade. I'm going to go back in after this break and explain to you again why we made money on this trade. If you followed this trade, how you would have been profitable on this trade. So stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. With the stock market flirting with all-time highs and volatility back, now is the perfect time for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights. On Monday, June 24th, Tom O'Brien closed out all 5 open positions in his daily newsletter, Market Insights, with all trades being profitable and ranging from a 2.23% gain all the way to more than an 11% gain in just one position for an incredible 32.7% profit combined between the 5 trades. Let Tom O'Brien's years of market experience work for you. If you'd like to see for yourself what kind of trading newsletter Tom O'Brien delivers to his clients each morning, then now is a perfect time to sign up for a 2-week free trial to his daily newsletter, Market Insights. In a volatile market like we currently have, the potential for fast market moves like we've seen recently is a trader's dream. So don't wait any longer. Sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today at the front page of TFNN.com. Andy Hecht, the host of the Commodities Hour, recently launched his newsletter service, the Technomental Commodity Report, and only 6 weeks in, Andy has already recorded a triple-digit winner. Andy advised his subscribers to purchase a long-term call option at 46 cents on July 11th, and then sent out a special update Friday, August 16th, advising his subscribers to close that position at $1.40. That's a 204% profit in just 5 weeks. The Technomental Commodity Report by Andy Hecht is released each Thursday morning, and right now you can get a month-long free trial to this subscription while locking in the low introductory rate of only $39 a month. Andy Hecht has been a commodities trader for over 3 decades. Let his experience work for you. Sign up for your month-long free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report today at TFNN.com. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, let's go ahead and check out what happened here on this trade. How did this thing work out? What did we do? Well, we went in here and we got into the trade somewhere between 70 and around, 80. I saw one person say they got in at 83 on the trade. And we were saying that gold would stay higher than 1363. Okay, so I drew this line right here on my Nadex chart, 1363. And as you can see, it was sort of trending up slowly but surely right there, right? We get a nice little uptrend. And a very short time frame. I actually brought it down to the 1-minute bars to make it even clearer because it was already chopping. So I was like, we need a clear trend inside this little bitty chop going on. We had that uptrend. We had an up buy qualified binary in our scanner. Bought it for somewhere between 70 and, I guess 83 is the highest one that somebody said they bought it for. And look where it expired. It expired above 1363 at 330 right here. So this was sort of the main point right there at 330. Okay. So where did that expire? We got that expiration right there. And since it expired greater than 1363, we were profitable. Now, why? Again, we bought saying, and when we buy, we're saying the statement is true. The gold December contract, the GC-Z3 or GC12-13 or, whatever future platform you use, will be greater than 1363 at 130. Why did it cost $70 for us to do that trade? Because that statement was already true. As long as GC stayed above Remember, we got in here like around 13.25. As long as it stayed above 13.63, we were going to make money. If it just stayed flat, we were going to make money. If it went up, we were going to make money. If it went down, but not to 13.63, we would still make money. Now, if you weren't using stops, which on this trade, due to the risk-reward ratio, I do recommend you use stops. If you didn't, if it went down and came back up by 130, you would still be profitable. So really 4 out of 5 possibilities. Okay, goes up, you make money. Stays flat, you make money. Goes down some, you make money. Goes down, you don't use a stop, it comes back up, you make money. Or goes down and hits the strike and you get out, that's the one where you lose money. Okay? A lot of things are in your favor. Probabilities in your favor. And I know a lot of you out there like to do premium collections, especially you option traders. And you've done monthly options, maybe you've done leaps, you've done covered calls, you've done different strategies, you've done a lot of weekly possibly. Well, you can do this. You can use weeklies on this, but also you can do it for a smaller amount. Okay, you don't have to do as large of a contract size, or you can do a large contract size. But the biggest thing is that you can do this at almost every single hour. Like I said, there are 23 expirations a day. 23 expirations a day that are possible with Nadex. So, yeah, like 125, 130, 215, 232, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4:15. You're going to have, 5 p.m. You're going to have, you're literally, there's just expirations around the clock. I actually have a whole calendar that I keep track of that helps me stay on top of the different expiration times. And so you can use this strategy every hour just to collect on premium. You see a small trend, go in. By the way, you don't have to wait, and this is an important thing. You don't have to wait, like we said, until expiration to close. That doesn't just mean on your stops. That could mean on your take profits also. So if you got in, like I say, 70 or 75, usually we're going for 15 to maybe 20 bucks on these trades. So you could get out at 95. You could put an order in to sell and just get out of the trade when it goes up there and hits that price. So you could be out. Why would you want to do that? Well, it prevents a winner from turning into a loser. Obviously, because if you take the profitable trade can no longer lose once it's closed. It frees up capital. There are multiple times where I've went in, I placed trades, I've taken profit, and I placed another trade in that same 5 or 10 minute period using the same capital. So now you're really increasing your total ROI on the capital used during that 10-minute period. So that's another reason to do that. The third reason is one that you need to be aware of. Usually there's very little to no liquidity in the last 2 minutes of expiration. Okay, market makers a lot of times won't quote in those last 2 minutes. They will on spreads, but on binaries, the probability calculation is almost impossible. And so you won't see anything really happening in the last 2 minutes, so you have to depend on another trader to get you out. So if this thing starts going against you and it's 129, you may not be able to get out of the trade. You may have to wait. You will have to wait most likely until expiration. So if you don't like that fact and it's too close for you coming in that last 2 minutes, just get out of the trade. Sometimes you'll make $5, $10. Sometimes you may lose $5, $10. But if you're not comfortable in that right before the last 2 minutes, if you don't want to risk it in the last 2 minutes, then be out of the trade before the last 2 minutes. So you got a few tips there. You can get out at 50 to cut your risk. You can get out, say, at 95 if buying, or at $5 if, of course, selling. Say you sell at 30 and you buy back at 5. All right. You can get out in the last 2 minutes just to make sure that nothing happens before those last 2 minutes, so you don't have to worry about what happens in the last 2 minutes of the trade. And so there's a few different ways to play this trade, but the one overall principle that you want to get is it's premium collection that you can do, again, 21 times a day. And it's honestly one of my favorite strategies. Of course, news is another favorite of mine. And, a lot of people, they see the benefits and they sort of forget that there can be more to it than the benefits they're listed. Like one of the biggest benefits in Nadex, which I love and which I use, is you don't have to get stopped out of a trade. So I love that for things like straddles on the news and things like that. But if I'm doing like a premium collection trade where I'm sort of doing more risk than reward potential, then I can control that risk. My max risk doesn't have to be my true risk because I can decide to get out of the trade and still use that massive leverage that's in my favor and start putting time in my favor as well by being able to manage it a little bit more. So there's a lot of ways to do this, and there's a lot of ways not to do it. Things not to do: don't go in and buy for 95. You make $5, but then you're going to lose some money on your just your fees. The fees are low, fortunately, on Nadex. They're only 90 cents a contract aside. And so, but if you only get $5 and you pay at $1.80, you're at, around $3.20. Now, that 90 cents aside, when you go to a live trading account, you actually get a cap on that. So if I go in and I do 100 contracts, now this is per order, same price, okay? So I do one order for 100 contracts, it caps at $9. So whether I do 10 contracts or 100 contracts, it's $9. If I do 5 contracts, it's $4.50. If I do 1 contract, it's 90 cents. And let's say I do put on a trade and it expires out of the money at total loss. There's no exchange fee for it being settled. Now, settled, there's a curious word. What do I have to do to claim my money when this thing expires? Do I have to hit a exercise button, or is anything assigned to me, or what paperwork do I have to fill out? Nothing. Okay, nothing you have to do at all. Within about 30 seconds or less, usually, of the expiration, what will happen is it'll close out, and then the contract will drop off your open position screen, and then the credit, debit, or actually really just credit. This is actually cool. The credit, if any, will show up in your balance immediately. And so that money's available right away again for trading. And I'll do this I'll start right around 3:45 for the 4 o'clocks. Those will settle out, and then right around 4:01 or so, I'll start again right on the 4:15s when I'm doing the U.S. indices. So I know the international indices take a few more minutes to settle out, but all the other ones settle out really fast. So once it settles out, you can use that money again right away. And what do you mean settle out? Where does settlement come from? Well, one cool thing about this Nadex indicative chart is this is as close as you can get of the actual settlement price as it's going to be. Okay, so they're posting it on there. Again, the official one is on the nadex.com/results.html page. You can also access that, I think, maybe under Tools inside of Nadex in your platform. But where do they get that settlement number from? Well, on the commodities and on the indices, what they're going to do is they're going to go in and they're going to take the last 25 trades right before expiration. They're going to drop the top 5 and bottom 5 in order to get rid of any, odd, weird discrepancy quotes. You have like one contract that's just way out there at the end. That's why you don't want to trade on some of these bucket shop international places where they use like last quote or last trade, because they're going to be one just random trade out in the middle of nowhere that could mess everything up. So they do a settlement, just like any exchange, just like the CME has a settlement process. So they drop that top 5 and bottom 5. They take the middle 15 of the last 25 trades. They average it out and round it out to like an extra decimal place there, and then that becomes the official settlement price. You'll then see a ticket that'll come to you in your email right after that. That'll say, congratulations, or I won't say congratulations, but it'll say, your order for this has been settled out. This is the amount. This is the price it was settled out at. So I say 1364.12 or whatever, and then it'll say your payout amount is. And so when they do payout, now the payout means the total amount paid back to you. Remember, on Nadex, you can never get a margin call. All the money you put up, okay? All the money you put up is your max risk. It's your margin. So if my risk on that trade is $70, then they're going to take $70 out of my account right away as soon as I put the trade on. So they're putting out that margin. There's no margin call. I don't have to worry about it. Then when settlement happens, let's say I made 30, right? Because it expired. So the settlement value was $100. My payout was $100. Well, what does that mean? Well, I got $100 paid out to me, but remember I put 70 up. So my risk was 70. My payout was 100. So my net profit was 30. Simply the difference between 100 and 70. So 100 minus 70 equals 30. So I made 30. Sometimes people will see that payout and they'll think that means profit. And payout is risk and P&L. Now in a binary, if you hold it to settlement, it's always going to be either 0 or 100 times the number of contracts. One of the two. On a spread, it could be a little bit different because you could have, maybe you made $10, but you put up $50. Therefore, you'll get a payout of 40. And people will think that they made 40, but really they lost 10, but they got 40 back out of the 50 they put up. So it's just little things like that. And I do go over these things in the tutorials. I teach you step by step how settlement works, how payout works, how binaries work, how spreads work. And, I'm glad to help you out with any questions that you have. Of course, you can always call in on the show. You can also submit tickets in the help desk, asking questions, and I'll be glad to help you out in any way that I can. And like I said, a lot of people are really learning how to use this. Now, these are binaries. This is a little bit different. What I will tell you is binaries, are usually the place that most traders go first. They hop on the binaries right away. Why? Because the binaries are so simple to understand. If it's over it, if it's the same as true at the end, it's in the money, you get full payout. If it's not, you don't. And they see the volatility in them, which can be massive. I mean, look at this thing. At 10 o'clock, it was at 30. And over here at 1:30, I mean, the thing really expired out at $100. So, I mean, you got something goes from 30 to 100. Imagine a stock in 3.5 hours going from $30 to $100. Most of you stock traders out there would love that stock, right? If you could find a stock that could do that one on a daily basis, you'd love it. Well, that's what binaries are. You get that massive volatility. Even in flat markets when nothing is going on, you get absolutely massive volatility. You're not talking just a huge move in gold here, going on. And, I mean, there's about like an 8-point move right there in gold. And, I mean, if you're doing GLD, that'd be an $8 move. Okay, nothing, right? Because it's 1/100th of an ounce or whatever is what it's supposed to represent. So you go in here and it's more than triple your money. You get 30 and then you make 70. Oh, I guess you get two, not quite triple, but make $70 on 30. That's a great return. So over 200% return on your money right there. And now, one of the things I always want to remind you of, if you are ever playing with these out of the money binaries, which the only time I'm playing with them is on high volatility plays, but if you are, don't get greedy. Again, remember that example I just gave you about stock. If I bought a stock for $30 a share, and 2 hours later that thing was at $60 a share, should I go, well, it might get to $100 today, so I'm just going to hold on to it? No. Take profit. You just made 100% return on your investment. 100% return on your investment in a matter of, a couple hours. So take your profit. Buy at 30. Sell at 60. You doubled your money. You do that, and you're right more than half the time, then you're a profitable trader. Okay? And again, these things get really volatile even in flat markets. Let's go ahead and look. Let me show you what I mean by flat markets. Right here, 12 o'clock. We literally have this gold contract, 1365, 1363, 64, 63, 64, 65, up and down a couple points. And if we narrow this thing down right here, we got this thing going from 50 to 70, back down to 50, all the way up to 100, even back down to 60 in the last couple minutes there. So a lot of volatility. If you're looking for volatility on flat days or on trending days, binaries are where it's at, okay? And like I said, most new traders hop in, they get on these binaries because they're easy to understand, and they have a lot of volatility built into them. Very attractive. I love trading them. They're easy to understand, but they are harder to trade because you got a little bit more stats going on. You need to understand how they work. Otherwise, you're going to choose the wrong ones, or you're going to get greedy and go, ooh, I want the $5 binary because I can make $95. Well, you can. Will you? Is always a different question. But so now once they get into it and they start going, I really want to trade, then a lot of people start getting into the spreads. And the spreads are a lot more like trading the underlying market. So we'll probably talk about that a little bit more on our show tomorrow. But stay tuned. I'll go into a few more details for you when we get here back from this break.
Take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
On Wednesday, August 14th and Thursday, August 15th, Tom O'Brien advised his Gold Report subscribers to close out 6 of their 9 open positions, all winning trades ranging from a 10.6% profit to an incredible 48% profit in just one equity. And all 6 of those winning trades had been initiated no earlier than just the previous month. With the 600th weekly Gold Report issue fast approaching, Tom O'Brien brings an incredible wealth of knowledge and experience to the gold market and the equities within the industry. That's almost 12 years since this powerful newsletter first began, and right now you can get a 30-day free trial to the Gold Report by visiting TFNN.com. Make sure you're a subscriber, as this volatile gold market provides trading opportunities after declining all the way from $1,900 to under $1,200 an ounce in only 2 years. Get your 30-day free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, we'll come on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so we got NASDAQ doing a whole lot of nothing right now. And just looking at it with the announcement coming out with Apple talking, and just not seeing just a big move over on NASDAQ. And I'm trying to see if there's any kind of play. And there's always a play. You just got to figure out the one that's going to work for you. But I mean, it's sort of edging up, I guess you could say, since about 12:30, but it also edged down. So we had, let's see, 1 o'clock Eastern. The thing moved up, 31.87, moved back on down to 38.1 about 12:30. Looks like it's trying to move on back up right now. We're getting a nice little smooth uptrend on the NASDAQ. And if I go over and compare that, let's see here. Let's compare that to Apple. And on Apple, we're getting... Nobody's real excited. It looks like it's sort of pulling down. So it may pull down NASDAQ here going to the end of the day. They're not excited about anything. I guess I don't think the gold phone is as great as everybody's hoping it was. But we'll see. Of course, there were some big announcements at first. I mean, it just popped right up there. And it got about 6-7 points, but it let it out pretty quick. And anyways, keep an eye on that. And, remember, you can go over, you can check out the binaries or the spreads, and whichever one that you want to do. Right there. And so down here you could look at 31.87. Like, that's a possibility right now. If you wanted to sell, saying that you thought that NASDAQ would stay below 31.87 until, what is that, 2 o'clock. So if you think it'll stay below that for the next 3 minutes and 52 seconds, that is a trade you could take. Right now, let's see, the price is $21.50, $21. So you'd make $21 on that trade. And so just to show you, let me give you a couple ideas on this. So we'll click on it, and it opens up our ticket over in the platform, okay? And, we can do different trades, prices, whatever. And notice I'm doing this in demo right now because I would not dare trade right this with all this volatility and press conference without me actually listening to the conference coming out. But let's just say we did this trade right here, and so $30, $35 around there. We hit place order. Now we got in for a really good fill. Let's go ahead and flip it around on the other side. Let's set a buyback, okay? Now if you're inside the scanner, you can actually click right here to open up this ticket. And I'm doing this in demo, okay? This is not my normal trade here. And I can set a buyback for, $5 and place that order. And now, by doing that, again, I just clicked the little X right next to the open position. Now by doing that, I have a buyback working for $5, and that'll allow me to make, about $25 on the trade if that's hit. Now I have a couple different ways I can play this trade. We're going into the 2-minute, dark period, right, where there's going to be no quote. So if I'm not comfortable, I can get out of the trade right now. All right, now I know this is really quick because we're at the end of the show. Be up a couple bucks on the trade if I got it immediately. Or if it does hit 31.87, of course, I could hop out of the trade. So if I wanted to, it went up right to it, did not break 31.87. Now remember, this is an important rule. When you're selling, you actually are profitable at 31.87 or below it. When you're buying, okay, then it needs to be greater than it. So you can actually let it get up to it and fall off of it and be okay. But if it breaks above it, then you want to use extreme caution. So we're right there, and we're about to go back into that dark zone, okay? So again, this is a complete demo trade for you. I usually do my gold trades on, I'd say about 3 out of 5 days I'll do my gold trades on here at 1:30. But I just want to give you just another example. And so you can see a winner, and hopefully 2 winners, but maybe a loser. We'll see on this one. Now the blackout period's in effect. So, and I get some other traders following along there. We got 10 on there. Hopefully just doing it in demo. I like to be really clear about that when I'm just demo trading. But we'll see how that one ends up. Anyways, y'all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
What's the one thing that pulls people back from the breakthrough that they're moving towards? What's the only thing that really stops people from taking action? You and I both know the answer, and sure, we can come up with the reasons why we're not where we want to be, but the only reason that we don't do more with our life is fear. Or if you're an overachiever, call it stress. Simply put, there's something that happened to us in our past that's holding us back from the life we deserve, yet you and I are okay, we're here. So why should we let our past control our future? Exactly. We shouldn't. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes with TFNN.com, and when it comes to your trading and investing, I can help you overcome your fear of loss. Together, we'll turn weakness into strength with a system I've developed called Mastering Probability. I'll teach you how to make your money work harder for you than you do for it. I'll teach you the tools that provide financial freedom. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com, click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and begin your journey of mastering probability risk-free. It's time to become a pioneer of your future versus a prisoner of your past.